Mama taking Scooper to school. He was so good last night. Had a good night's rest. No screaming, no waking up, no interruptions. A little tough love goes a long way. Okay, school time. All right, so last night was a little bit nerve-wracking because I watched Scooper like cry and I was like so close to giving in, but I was like, no, just hold out for a little bit longer. If it's too long, then you can go in. So right about 9-10 minutes, he started to realize that we're not messing around. And he went to sleep and I was like, bingo. Brian was trying to take credit for it. For everything that I do. And last night he got a good night's rest. Like legit. The baby didn't even come in, or Scooper didn't even come in and interrupt like 3 or 4 times. In the beginning it was like 1 time. And then it became 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in the middle of the night. And so it got to a point where we're like getting up back and forth, and Brian would end up sleeping with him throughout the whole night. So that was a worse, more difficult situation for us in the long run, because Scooper's gonna always want us to be with him. And so good thing that Mama made that tough decision to really retrain him, because it was just getting real bad. And with the twins waking him up in the middle of the night, I had to take care of both of them. And then Scooper coming in, like, just jumping on the twins. And then Brian knocked out completely. It's just, like, a lot of things going on in the middle of the night for me. So, he did it. And he slept well. Like, he didn't even wake up. It's like his mind, his brain mentally just told him that don't even get up. The door's closed. Like, he slept the whole way. And I was up all night checking every half an hour to see if he would get up and interrupt us. But he didn't. And so I was like, okay, thank goodness. Hopefully, you know, today will be better. I'm sure it's not like right away he will like understand to not check the door. But it's a start. And so we're happy that we were able to, you know, implement that. So that part is over, and one less stress to deal with. Today we're working on Merrimack. We're trying really, really hard to get this project in. It's been a moment. We bought our land like legit 2 years ago and haven't gotten a chance to get around to it because, you know, surprise, surprise, baby's here. And Brian's got a lot of contracts that came in, so he's focused on a lot of things.
Is it 2 years already?
It has been 2 years, Brian. We worked on Fern. Fern was a year ago. Fern was a year ago. We bought the land a few months prior to that, which is like in the summer.
We bought it in 21. I mean in 2020, right?
Yeah, it'll be 2 years, like in a few months.
Like in like 8 months. No, it's been like less than a year and a half.
We didn't buy it. Look it up.
No, it's been less than a year and a half because we have a year and a half to build, and we have until April.
Yeah. It's April. That's
coming up real
soon.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
April would be a year and a half.
We need to like get this going. If not, then just scratch this project and sell the land.
No.
Anyways, going through the last bit of the design, Brian has to like figure out all these calculations to make sure that's code compliance and beats Title 24. So it's a lot of paperwork to push. And once that's in, then we can start, breaking ground. But in a way, it was a good thing that we didn't build last year, because I feel like the materials list was really expensive still. I mean, when we were doing Fern, how much was it?
A little bit.
Fern was like the beginning of like the incline of how much
it
materials.
Started increasing already, but then it peaked. And then last summer.
And then it'll drop. So hopefully it'll drop even more when we start to break ground and really do it, because back in the day 2x4s were like, I don't know, $2, right, Brian?
Like 3 cents.
Yeah. And now it's like freaking $40.
Not $40.
From what I bought in the mountains.
Not 2x4. Quadruple, basically, but it's
what
not
is it? The
40.
big sheets.
Oh, you're talking about plywood?
Yeah, the plywood. The big ones.
Plywood.
The big ones were $40, and then the thicker ones I bought were $80. Remember we didn't even use them in Fern. Oh my god, so expensive. Those used to be like, I don't know, way cheaper.
Bag of chips.
And so maybe like things fell into place for a good reason. And I'm gonna say that also after we finished Fern, I kind of like didn't stress out as much, and I let my body rest, and that's how the babies came along. Just like, hello. But before that, we were hustling and bustling at the mountain project, and luckily we got a break, and now hopefully starting to come back up with this. Like Brian, when he's building this house, I swear to you, let me get him into frame. This guy is all about square footage. All about square footage.
Hey, man.
And I'm just kind of like, I don't care about square footage. Like an A-frame is like this. And because it's like this, you have all these area that is like wasted space. And he's like, no, let's build it like this. And then on top like that. So you get all these space to count square footage. I'm like, dude, people who live around that area, you're selling to the wrong market. Like, what if we can't find a buyer? What if we can't, like, you know, what if the house is too big for the area? He's trying to build a 4,000 square foot house around a 1,700, 2,000 square foot area. Maybe there's one house that's 3,000 square foot, but anyways, an A-frame is something like nostalgic, and it's kind of like novelty. So people will pay a premium for it. It's almost like a bag, you know, a Louis Vuitton bag. It's expensive. Oh no, let me take that back. A Chanel bag. It's expensive, but there's no square footage in there. You can't even fit your phone. Like, I used to own a Chanel bag, the big jumbo one, the maxi jumbo one. And I could barely fit my wallet and a phone plus makeup. I couldn't fit those three essentials for like a party. You just can fit like a small pen or like a tiny credit card, just one or two credit cards in your ID, and that's it. Maybe a passport, but you can't fit anything into the bag. And so, like I said, it is a luxury item, and that's what we were aiming for with A-frames. But this guy is like, no, I want square footage. I want square footage. And it's like, for normal houses like this house or any house that has land or like doesn't have any novelty to it, fine, I can understand square footage. But like the mountain house, people are dying to pay a premium for a tiny house. So an A-frame is like, you know, same thing. So that's the problem. He's like, I want the biggest bang for my buck. And I'm like, dude, I just want something like fairy tale-ish. So we're not doing an exact A-frame. We're doing a semi A-frame. So the walls go up, so you have more space on the sides, and then it peaks rather than just completely peaking all the way to the ground and getting all that small space wasted. Anyways, that is the plan for now, and hopefully we don't overdo it, because this is starting to look like a big ass house that no one can afford. We might as well just keep it for Airbnb at this point. Anywho, we're hoping to aim for submittal this weekend or next weekend, Brian.
Next weekend.
Okay.
This weekend we're working.
Working on what?
This and normal work.
Okay, so let's aim for that. We have that on record that he's going to finish this in 1 week. He told me
as
1
long
week.
as someone's taking care of the babies.
I have been taking care of the babies like legit 85% of the time. No, I'll take it back. 95% of the time. This guy like legit thinks I'm a nanny. I'm like, I'm your wife. We need to teamwork. I'm not your nanny. Anywho, last week he told me a week, and then this week he told me a week and a half, and then yesterday he told me a month, and I was like, no, you need to get this shit together. Like, he would hire some people to do this too, and in the end he does the whole thing. That's his problem. He hires a lot of people to do his work for both this project and his engineering company, and he ends up doing everything by himself. So what's the point of hiring people if you're gonna do everything by yourself? Anyways, that's the update. Let's hope. And because we have it on record, Brian always says when you have things on record, you must follow through.
I am following through.
Anywho's. We're gonna pick up Scooper soon, and then continue working on this. Figure out what to get him. He likes chicken. I don't want to get him too much like of the frozen food all the time, so I'll get some grilled like takeout or something like that. We'll see. He likes the Oh No's chicken. But lately he's been eating a lot, so I have to kind of cut him off. He's always like, more. I'm like, no, you had too much. You'll get big belly of yours. No. My baby's home, straight to the iPad. And then we got some chicken and rice. Grilled chicken. Alright, so Scooper don't want to use this chair. Mama will. I will. Okay, boys. Chill out. Just fed them both. Oh, spit up. Ay. My goodness, baby. Every time. Every single time. Okay, there you go. Okay, all done. It's almost the end of the night. I'm gonna put Scooper down, and then we are celebrating that we are gonna finish this in a week. I gotta put you on the dot. Like seriously, it's gotta be done. It's been a year and a half already, so this will definitely push the gun, pull the trigger. Cheers to finishing Merrimack. First step before we break ground. And hopefully he's so amazing that they don't push back with the plans and such, the permits. Cheers to a perfect, flawless plan.